Good morning, everyone. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you Ellie Hidalgo, who is the pastoral associate at Dolores Mission. And Ellie is going to share some of the ways in which Together in Mission makes a difference to Dolores Mission Parish and School. So let's give her a warm round of applause of welcome.
Thank you, Cambria and Monsignor Connolly, and all of you here at Holy Family for welcoming me here today. As Cambria said, my name is Ellie Hidalgo, and I've been working at Dolores Mission for 11 years. It's been a huge blessing to work in this community in Boyle Heights and East Los Angeles. And it's a particular delight to be here with all of you today because you are our sister parish, and your many ways of supporting us over the years has made such a huge difference, whether by adopting our families at Christmas or supporting our low-income students with tuition scholarships or serving on our school board and many other ways. And so today I'm here to talk about your support for Together in Mission. So in today's first reading from the book of Sirach, we hear, "If you choose, you can keep the commandments. They will save you. If you trust in God, you too shall live." So many of our families who come to us at Dolores Mission have very little by way of money and resources, but they have this incredible trust in God that they will find ways to persevere and live. And so I want to tell you a little bit about the story of Esperanza, one of our Dolores Mission school mothers who grew up in Mexico as a foster child and came to Boyle Heights in East LA when she was 14 years old with only a first grade education. And you can only imagine how scary that would be to not have parents and not have an education. But she has this incredible trust in God and has persevered through all kinds of things. And when she had her own children, was very determined that they would have more opportunities than she had had. And so she enrolled them at Dolores Mission School. And whenever a mom comes and trusts us with her children, you know, we really see that as an opportunity to walk with that family. And so we have supported her and her children for many years, and I'm proud to tell you that today her son will be graduating from Cal State LA this spring, and her daughter, Christina, is a freshman at UCLA as a biochemistry major. Isn't that great? This family story is alive with hope and faith and love, thanks to the incredible work of Dolores Mission and Holy Family and Together in Mission. This year's Together in Mission theme is Our Story is Alive. And I always like to say that God has no hands and feet but ours. So like I said, when a family comes to us and is entrusting us with their children, we want to walk hand in hand with that family, and all of us working together make God's story come alive. We get to witness to the truth that we all belong to each other and that we are all linked to this God who loves each one of us. So I want to share with you another story. Each night, Dolores Mission opens its doors to the homeless, and I really mean that literally. We open our doors and men walk through our church, up to 60 men who can stay at our parish each night, 365 days out of the year. And they receive a hot dinner, access to showers, a cot on which to sleep on, and the next morning breakfast before they head out to look for work. So I want to tell you the story of Andrew, who for several years lived on freight trains and on street corners and subsisted on food that he found rummaging through garbage cans. Andrew was addicted to alcohol and drugs and finally hit rock bottom and was perceiving death around each corner, and then was finally able to surrender his life to God. And soon after, he learned about our Guadalupe homeless shelter, and we welcomed him to our shelter. And after his experience of being there, he wrote about his first night with us. That night, after lights out, laying safely in that worn green army cot, surrounded by the sounds and smells of sleeping men, the warm glow of votive candles reflecting off the wall, I heard and welcomed for the first time that still small voice calling me home. We were privileged to be home for Andrew while he recovered from his addictions, and I'm happy to let you know that in his healing journey, he was able to reconnect with his family back in St. Paul, Minnesota, moved back there, got involved with another Catholic church, went through the RCIA program, and became a Catholic. He's leading a healthy life, and we discovered that a sober Andrew has an incredible God-given talent for writing. And so he wrote his story of healing and recovery, and it's very moving. And you can Google it if you want to see it, the complete story, by Googling America Magazine, Dolores Mission, Andrew. Our parish started the Guadalupe Homeless Project in response to hundreds and thousands of migrants and refugees fleeing El Salvador in the 1980s during the Salvadoran Civil War, and many of them landing in Boyle Heights in East LA with no place to go. And after a lot of prayer on the part of our parish, parishioners decided to open the doors to help and feed the homeless. And so I want to actually introduce you today to 3 women who were brave enough to take this on and were among the first group of women cooking big pots of rice and beans as our church welcomed the homeless. And I want to introduce to you Rosa and Esperanza and Lourdes. They're here with us today. Our story at Dolores Mission came alive when these women trusted that God would provide enough food to keep feeding people day after day, and in fact, God has. We rely on hundreds of volunteers from many area parishes who come each night and take turns cooking dinner or providing warm jackets or other donations for whatever we need to keep the shelter going. And Rosa and Esperanza and Lourdes are also among the first group of women that banded together with our former pastor, Father Greg Boyle, to reimagine what an outreach to formerly incarcerated young men and women involved with gangs that was based in love could look like. And that early ministry turned itself into Homeboy Industries, which is now the largest gang intervention and rehabilitation program in the country, serving formerly incarcerated men and women from 45 different zip codes. And we continue to serve as the parish of Homeboy Industries. And for the homeboys and the homegirls who live in Boyle Heights or East LA, many of them have enrolled their children at Dolores Mission School, knowing that this is one of the best ways that they can break the cycle of violence in their families and put their children on a pathway to a much better future. So this year, Together in Mission will support 67 low-income parishes like Dolores Mission and 74 schools throughout the 5 regions of the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. Every parish participates in Together in Mission, including Dolores Mission. We raise what we can, but I'm especially grateful to Holy Family because you are one of the leadership parishes throughout this Archdiocese with your incredible generosity towards Together in Mission and really to helping make this appeal a great success. So I'm here today again just to humbly invite you and ask you to be as generous as you can and to consider what you can give this year, whether it's $150 or $350 or $700 or $1,000 or more. Whatever you can give is also a gift of hope to parishes like Dolores Mission, and it really animates us to keep being hardworking, resilient, and brave, and putting our trust in God to meet the needs of whatever our community needs. I want to conclude my remarks by just saying how proud Together in Mission makes me to be a Catholic. In particular, this campaign, which shows us in a very concrete way what we believe as Catholics, that we believe in human solidarity, that we believe in uniting together to help one another, especially those in need. And as we take on some of the most complex issues of our region, like homelessness or gang activity, or how to educate the next generation of children, including low-income children. We, working together, make God's story come alive in Southern California. So thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Ellie and Rosa, Lourdes, and Esperanza for being here. They've been here since 6:30 this morning, so that meant an awfully early awakening to get here to be at Holy Family for all of our masses today. So we're really grateful for them being here, and it's wonderful. It's a blessing to us. So I echo Ellie's sentiments about being very proud of Together in Mission because it really does bring us together as the people of Christ, as the one body of Christ, to support one another. Especially in the case of Holy Family, we've been blessed with financial resources, and it's a wonderful opportunity to share those with parishes like Dolores Mission, that without the support of parishes like Holy Family would be able to have to vastly reduce their ministries and what they do for their parish and school communities, or might even have to shut their doors altogether. And another remarkable thing about Together in Mission is that it serves over 500,000 people in our Archdiocese in some of these low-income communities, which are full of life and hope and vibrancy, but just need that little bit of extra financial help to be able to bring some of their dreams and the dreams of their parishioners and children to life. So it's my profound privilege to invite each and every one of us here today to support Together in Mission. Some of you, if you've given in the past, you probably received an envelope in the mail from Together in Mission in the last week or so, and you might have brought that with you today, or perhaps you've already mailed it in. And if you've already given, then thank you. And I would just urge your patience while I invite the rest of us to give to Together in Mission. So in the pew holders in front of you, there are Together in Mission envelopes, and our ushers are coming down the aisles, and they have additional envelopes and pencils or pens if you need them, so just raise your hand. If you open the envelope, you'll see there's a commitment card inside, and it's pretty self-explanatory. So I would invite you to go ahead and complete the first few lines with your contact information. Our goal this year is $127,000, which is roughly along the same level that we paid the last few years. We've never had a problem getting to our goal for the last few years at least, and I'm happy to say that usually we even go over our goal. And what happens then is any money that we get in excess of our goal, we get to keep here in the parish. And we put that excess amount into a Together in Mission account, and we restrict that for helping. We usually give some extra money to a Dolores Mission school. We usually give some extra money to Our Lady of Guadalupe school. And then as other needs arise in our brother and sister parish schools and communities around us, then we're able to help them with a much needed infusion of cash. To pay a bill, to get textbooks, whatever it might be, to make a difference to their community. So please know that your donations are extraordinarily helpful in changing the lives and impacting the lives of many, many people in our surrounding archdiocese. There are several different ways in which you can make your gift to Together in Mission. And for those of you who are watching us at home, you can go online to holyfamily.org, or you can also go online to togetherinmission.org and make a gift that way. I would ask, if you're going to give online, and when you're filling out this commitment form as well, that you make sure that you credit your gift to Holy Family Parish, South Pasadena. There are a number of different Holy Families in the Archdiocese, and we want to make sure that we get credit for your gift, because if we don't meet our $127,000 goal, then we have to make up the difference from our operating costs. So every gift counts towards our goal. You can give, you can make a check payable to Together in Mission today and place it in the envelope. You can give cash. You can make a down payment towards a pledge. you can pay by credit card. These are all different ways that Together in Mission tries to meet your financial budgeting needs so that it's to make it as easy as possible for you to give to Together in Mission. In the last couple of years, Together in Mission has allowed us to to make a choice in terms of the number of installments. So if you want to pay over the course of the year, you have the choice of paying either over 5 months or over 10 months. And I have to tell you that for my husband and I, paying over 10 months means that we're able to afford a larger annual gift to Together in Mission. And that's very helpful for our parish budget, our household budget. So once you've completed the commitment form, there's a little box on the side where you can indicate the amount that you're going to give this year, and there's a place to do some simple math so that you can say what your balance is and whether or not you've given the whole amount that you're pledging today, or whether you're going to pledge over the next few months. If you're giving by check or cash today, then please place the check or cash in the envelope and then seal the flap, and then hang on to your envelope, because we are going to wait until the regular offertory time to place the envelopes in the basket. So just hang on to them until the ushers bring the baskets around again. So all that remains for me is to say a very, very big thank you. This is a remarkably generous parish, and I know that you will continue to be generous to this very, very worthwhile cause of Together in Mission, which helps 67 parishes and 74 schools, 500,000 people, parishes like Dolores Mission, that really, truly bring the kingdom of God to life in our midst. So thank you, and I echo Ellie's comments about this being an act of solidarity when we truly come together as one body in Jesus Christ, to love one another, to be there for one another, and truly to support one another as we bring the light of Christ to the world. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Cambria. I think maybe we should have women give the homilies more often. I mean, it's very inspiring. The gospel which comes to us from Dolores Mission has an authentic feel to it. It's down to earth, it's real, it's connected. It's a privilege for us to belong to Together in Mission, because it represents our connection with Dolores Mission and with many other parishes and schools just like Dolores Mission. So thank you to Ellie and your co-workers who inspire us today in the manner in which you reach out and make the gospel come alive, and for allowing us the privilege of belonging to your mission. So thank you very much. Please